Welcome, everyone, to a match in the Big Money Tournament. This is going to be a match in the losers bracket between SamE and kaplane. I am Akuchi, and I am joined in commentary by KHC.
What up?
So yeah,
Looks like we're going to be getting started.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yeah, just a little information about where we are in the tournament. Um, the winners finals has already taken place, and E Honda just won that yesterday. And in the losers bracket, the winner of this, or the loser, will be eliminated in fifth place out of the big money. The winner will go on to face Dan Brooks to try to get into the big money, and then they'll face Jay Nails, the winner of that match.
Yeah, so this is losers quarterfinals.
And yeah, this is going to be a first to four wins, and
Yes.
tie
This uses
games don't
the
are
ties are replayed rule, right?
right. Yeah, which we saw in yesterday's match, which ended up being an 8 game marathon. But
Yeah, that's the longest set we've seen so far. Most of the sets have been 4-1 or 4-2. We had a couple game sevens. That was our first game 8 yesterday.
so this board has Hermit. I don't see any good way to trash Coppers. Um, but there's
Yeah.
Storyteller to cycle around, and Old Witch. Is there any plus actions? Just
There's
Madman.
nothing but Madman.
Yeah, maybe you play with like one Sculptor and one Old Witch, and so you get a Villager, and you can just play the Old Witch before you play the Sculptor or something like that.
That sounds reasonable to me. For opening, are we thinking double Hermit? Hermit Workshop?
Hmm. Definitely, definitely one Hermit at least.
Yeah. Well, they both open a Hermit. Okay, SamE does go for Hermit Workshop.
Okay.
Kaplan goes for Hermit Silver.
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
we got a Humble Castle buy on turn three. Um,
I don't really get that.
Let me think. That's a triple type for Cordier. That's the only thing
Yup,
I can think of. Because there's no triple types on the board except for the castles, but you do have the double types with Old Witch.
villain.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna pick up a villain due to the
I don't either, but it
the
is a double type.
yeah the terminal space.
So here you could trash that Humble Castle that you just bought. Oh wait, it's non-treasure, right? It doesn't care that it's green.
Well, obviously he's not
Yeah,
gonna trash it.
I know. Alright, just gains a silver off the workshop.
Okay, they're playing pretty fast here, having a tough time keeping
So SamE
pace.
just basically passes a turn and gains a gold off his Devil Workshop. Okay, here, probably Old Witch. Oh, he just goes for the Storyteller instead. Okay.
So Cuplane, did he miss his Hermit? No, his okay. So his Hermit came on turn three, and he didn't have an estate to trash, which is pretty unfortunate. But
Yeah,
then he
you
bought the
never
Old
want to see
Witch.
that.
Okay, so Cuplane is the one with the Old Witch.
SamE seems to be thinking about whether or not he wants to play this Madman. He decides not to and just buys a Storyteller.
In terms of plus buy, you are going to want that from Cordier.
Mm-hmm.
Cordier definitely going to be pretty useful, especially if you can pair it with a triple type like SamE is setting up, because then you can get the non-terminal plus buy and coins.
Yep. It is a bit hard to get. I pronounce it Cordier, yeah. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation. I've also heard Cordier, but I think
It
that's wrong.
depends how French you want to be. Cordier is like halfway there.
So here he's probably gonna gain nothing. Pop the Hermit. Okay, I'm wrong. He doesn't pop the Hermit. Instead, buys a Sage.
Yeah, and he gets an imp from the Devil's Workshop.
Ah, that's what that was for.
Ooh, this could be a huge madman. Still thinking about it.
I think he's trying to save his madmen as much as possible.
I think this could be a. Can you play a Courtier? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can do gain and play here.
Yeah, getting a gold in the deck is definitely good, especially with two storytellers like SamE has. So we'll see what he goes with. Like, he's capable of drawing, so I think I'd go with action by gold here with the Courtier.
So you
Or
want to play the
actually,
Hermit first? Yeah, looks like it. Not sure that order really matters. I guess he's gonna play 2 coppers here and draw up something.
yeah, he could get like a silver at the very least, right? And draw
Yeah.
that up for net 1 coin.
So I mean, this deck looks really good. Trying to top deck a Sage, maybe. Yeah, could be.
How would
Um.
he accomplish that?
Uh. Yeah, I don't think you can control
I guess yeah.
the
You have
order
a you
that
have
they
a
go into your
50.
discard. You have to
Yeah,
50-50.
yeah, you have a 50-50.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Sure, that's good. Yeah, you got a lot of coppers, so the sages are pretty nice. Okay, chooses not. Hmm.
Not to
Chooses
play
to
the
get the
storyteller at
coins
all.
instead of the plus action. Okay. I don't think it matters too much.
J Nails does not like that. Okay, interesting. So probably gonna play Sculptor first, I'm guessing. Make that storyteller a little juicier.
Hmm. Okay, Madman.
Yep, big madman here.
Bigger than it needs to be, so Kaplane is going to save it. I do like the idea of saving a Madman for a turn when you can play Sculptor and hold on to a villager.
Yeah. Yeah, having just one villager makes such a difference. Especially on a board like this where there's literally no plus act well, no village.
Yeah, no sustainable plus actions. Yeah.
Yeah. Sustainable plus action. That's a good way to put it. Sammy doesn't want free golds. I guess not.
Oh wait, did I miss something? He gained the gold. He just didn't draw it up. I don't think it ended up mattering, except for the 50-50 to top deck Sage, if we're talking about what SamE did on his previous turn.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because he's buy limited. So it's not like he would have bought something that he couldn't have hit a price point for if he drew up the gold. But I do like the play of trying to top deck this age.
Correct. And I don't know, it probably makes sense for SamE to get another Courtier.
Yep.
3 buys probably is as much as I'd care to build on this board, but we'll see what
Yeah,
SamE thinks.
I don't think you need more than 3 buys here. It just is very hard. I mean, there's no sustainable draw that isn't also using some of your payload, right? Like your best draw here is Storyteller. You can draw a little bit with Witch and using Sculptor to get you a villager, but like
I mean,
it doesn't really last.
I think it's a sweet setup with Courtier gaining golds and then Storyteller drawing through.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just don't think you can build much bigger than like 2 Courtiers here.
Yeah, you just risk dudding too much, I think, is the issue there, because you're not getting rid of those coppers.
Yep. If you don't see a Storyteller, you're very sad. So here, probably Storyteller Courtier.
Wait, did he not trash the curse?
Um,
He didn't play the Hermit. No, he did.
he played the
Oh, he
Hermit.
trashed the Devil's Workshop.
Huh.
Interesting.
Guess he feels like he has all the imps his deck can support.
But he only has 2. Hmm. Interesting.
Didn't say I agreed.
I think I would have gone one more because you might have a turn when you don't have a curse to trash. So I do think it's a good.
I'd certainly trash the curse before the Devil's Workshop.
Yeah, like I think you on a good turn you can support 3 imps, so you might as well have them. But in any event, Kaplane ends up going for castles now. He gets crumbling and small. Crumbling castle not nearly as bad as it usually is because you've got the storyteller to draw through if you can.
Yep. And in theory, you can trash it with Hermit if you want.
I think you do, yeah.
Um,
Or with small castle, whichever.
yeah, for sure.
But that does leave haunted castle available for SamE to take, which I would definitely grab that
Yeah,
opportunity.
you get a gold, you get a nice attack. Um, seems pretty clear.
A little,
That's one of the problems with obviously you tend not to go for castles if you don't have plus buy. Um, and when someone takes uh humble, you have this issue where it's like, oh, I have plus buy, I could take 4 and 5 castles, but that leaves haunted open. So sometimes I like to not if the 3 castle's gone, I like to wait until I can buy 4, 5, 6 all at the same time.
yeah, that can definitely be the play sometimes, and it depends also on the board how valuable small castle is. In this board, it's not too great because it's going to cost a terminal action, which is in
Hmm.
very short supply. Kaplane chooses not to play the Old Witch, just getting the gold and the money. So also SamE passed up on the humble, ends up gaining 3 storytellers, trying to really kind of make sure he has enough to support his deck. I'm not thrilled about that. It was an awkward amount of 15 coins. Like I think if he had 16 coins, it'd be a clearer choice to get Haunted Castle.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, it is an awkward amount. He'd probably get haunted, a storyteller, and then maybe another sage.
But Coplane also doesn't get the Haunted Castle. I'm quite surprised by that.
Yeah, I usually, especially on a board like this, where it's not like you have amazing draw to recover from that attack, like it seems very good.
Yeah, SamE doesn't know, but if he does get Haunted Castle here, which I expect, it'll shut down Kaplane's turn. He'll probably want
Yep.
to top deck the Madman.
Oh yeah, you have to top deck the Madman, otherwise it draws so
Whoa.
little.
Okay, okay. I see what's going on. I just saw 0 actions for a bit in the palette. I was like, SamE way misplayed this, but no, he only has a little bit of overdraw.
Yeah. So here he can um, gain something with Hermit.
I guess you keep getting the Sages because those coppers aren't going anywhere.
I don't know what you gain. Sages sound good. Yep. Let's see if he buys Haunted here. Yep, he does.
And you could,
2 castles, Storyteller. Sure, that sounds reasonable.
yeah, you could think about Opulent here. The Storyteller is definitely just a denial play, but I mean, and
Yeah, you don't need another story.
super
Kaplan
duper
resigned.
reliability.
Yeah, Kaplan was so many turns behind that game.
Yeah, the Haunted Castle just killed his turn, so he's even more behind. All right, so that is one game for SamE. That was whose start was that? That was SamE's start. Okay.
Yeah, so Kaplan starts now. Okay, so let's give this board a look. Um, we do have villages this time, but they're not. Well, Shanty is sort of a good village. It's the only cheap village, at least. We've got catacombs for draw. Kiln opens up some interesting possibilities with
Kiln
with
with Border Village looks amazing once you can get that set up.
yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Like Kiln has quite a lot of possibility here. Lab is always good draw. Slay probably has its place on this board. Horses are good. Slay is one of those cards I'm still trying to figure out when to incorporate into my deck.
The reaction is going to be nice with Kiln because you can, for instance, play Kiln, play Border Guard, and then discard Slay to put like Laboratory or Catacombs in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But the big limitation here is the copper trashing is just to
Duck it.
duck it. The pronunciation there bothers
I
me.
say Ducat as
Yeah,
well, but I know Ducat's correct, and so I will be good to people on commentary and say Ducat.
yeah. So I mean that's an upgrade, but it doesn't remove the stop card, and there's no way to remove the estates. So it's
Yep.
gonna be some dead turns, and there's I think no good way to avoid that unless you want to. Well, Haven has some uh, potential
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it does. But Haven to me feels like a hard sell over some of the since there's no plus buy. Um,
So both
until you have Ducats
players.
online, Haven feels a little. Both players open
Oh,
Shanty.
I'd be getting ducats like pretty soon. Yeah, players up in Shanty Silver. I don't like the Shanty Town. Like you're gonna have terminals in the deck soon enough, and Shanty Town's gonna feel bad, I think. But
I
Kaplane
mean,
decides to go. He manages to spike 6 for a Border Village lab and gets a nice turn there.
and now Border Village Kiln, so now he can potentially start doing some fun Kiln Border Village stuff.
And
But he has to draw is the problem.
and both players have picked up a ducat, so okay, that's nice. They've got their source of plus buy. And
Yep.
you don't even really need much more than that, but I do like the coffers too, just to smooth things over.
Especially in a no trashing game, like just getting some smoothing looks really good. Lucky turn 3 for both, says J Nails. I'd agree.
Yeah, it looks like okay. They both went with the same turn 3. Uh, SamE thinking about what 5 costs to get.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to be buying vineyards at some point here, but I'm not sure that's the only way I'm going to be scoring.
I think I'd want a Falconer at some point, and then I just plan to get the potion from Falconer.
Agreed.
I don't worry about it anytime in the
Yeah,
short term.
yeah. I'm definitely not ever buying a potion. I would just expect that I could grab one with Falconer, and I mean, you're definitely going to like score off vineyards here, but um, you're still probably going to be scoring off regular green as well. I don't think you're going completely vineyards.
It's just so far in the future for me. I just want to get all the draw cards.
Just get the good cards into your deck and figure the rest out. I mean, that's like what Freaky always says when people are like, "Well, I want to start scoring with vineyards." He's like, "Well, stop looking like so far ahead. Like, get good cards in your deck now."
Yeah, I think I'd want to play with at least 2 kilns. I think you can build that big just because of all the draw.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of draw here. There's nothing that like is rushing the game to a close. Doesn't look
It's,
incredibly fast. Like, I think you can definitely build here. Sad kiln, sad shanty.
yeah,
But
but
you hit
6
another
coin
border
hand,
village.
so
Yeah,
you know.
with 6 coins. So how sad are you really?
So it looks like SamE took a second ducat, and Kaplane instead buys a Haven and banks coffers.
Yeah. And I like banking coffers on this board because, like we talked about, since there's no trashing, you're never going to get like the reliability that you're really looking for. So just having a little bit of smoothing with coffers goes a long way.
On this board, hitting 5 is a lot better than 4, and hitting 6 is quite a bit better than hitting 5. So yeah, having that coffers to back up, like on this in this case,
Like
Kaplane.
right here,
Yeah. So those border villages are flying. I'm surprised no catacombs gained. I
right?
I would think they could support those now.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Ooh, I think I'd kill the ducat here, or
Yeah, you
I,
get a copper trash.
and you can still afford border village. Hmm.
I don't want another silver that much.
I don't think I want it at all. Interesting.
Okay, there's the catacombs
Yep.
though.
Yeah, maybe there wasn't a good opportunity, but I do like. I wish there were some slays. somehow, but I know it's tough to find time to put him in. Okay, so kaplane decides to get a second ducat through
Yeah, I
this
agree with
kiln.
that. Definitely. I mean, it's not like a real trash, right? It's a neutral
Yeah,
interaction,
you
but
just upgrade your copper a little.
yeah, exactly. But you're still hitting six. I think it's the best thing to do.
We'll see if SamE splurges for a border village here.
I think you kind of have to.
I don't think you expect kaplane to be able to get two border villages on his turn, so you can wait. Like maybe you can set
He
up,
does only have one kiln.
maybe you can
That's
set
true.
up the kill into border village thing. But he decides to go for it now. Gets the falconer. Okay. Oh, the miracle top decks for kaplane.
But again, kiln doesn't find anything besides ducat.
Yeah, but he goes for it. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I think I'd take another catacombs. Just you're not drawing yet,
Yeah, Border Village Catacombs. Okay, he
but
goes for
goes for
Border
the
Village
falconer.
Falconer. So I mean,
They
the Falconer does open up possibilities of grabbing Slays and Havens and those sort of cards, which they've had so far. Not just no time to add into their deck, which could give them some reliability. But also, I think the huge purpose of Falconer is to be able to grab potions and ducats um, to
yeah,
hand.
I'd rather have another catacombs as both players, but maybe they figure they can get it with like here as SamE. I'd play Shantytown, Kiln, Catacombs.
That sounds good. Haven the Kiln. Yeah, maybe.
And yeah, I feel like that was misplayed. I don't know what the plan was for that kiln, but
So let's see what he gains with Falconer here.
like you're
This
still
board
not
has a
drawing
lot of
dead.
menagerie. So plenty of actions if you want to like gain and play a sleigh. Add some horses to your deck.
Yeah, I like
You can
that.
also Falconer a Shantytown if you want to keep drawing. Jane Else thinks it's potion time. I think it's too early for potion.
Hmm. I don't think it's time. I want to draw a deck consistently. I'd get a sleigh here.
Yeah, I want to keep building a little more.
I don't want the Shantytowns. They're not going to work consistently.
Well, they look a lot better if you had more catacombs in your deck for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't like it.
Does decide to play on.
But I'm a Shantytown hater.
It's not my favorite village, but it's either a Necropolis or a Lost City, and there's a lot of ways on this board you can make sure it's a Lost City.
You can hope, yeah. But as soon as you add multiple Shantytowns, you open up the possibility of getting
Of
both of them,
colliding.
yeah,
Yeah,
colliding.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, Lab Catacombs. I like adding more draw there. Because there's
Yep,
stuff you can do with gain and play with Kiln, so just keep drawing cards.
yeah. Catacomb seems like a great card for their decks. They have plenty of
Ooh,
villages.
I'm surprised that Coplane didn't want to Kiln the laboratory. Yeah,
Yeah,
got an
me too.
opportunity here though, so it all worked out.
What was he looking for a better kiln target though?
I'm not sure there
Or
is
just
one. Maybe
I agree.
Catacombs. He's played his only Catacombs.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. That might have just been playing too fast, but then it worked out okay.
Yeah. So I'd like a sleigh, but I can understand being a little concerned and taking a potion here. Okay,
No,
goes for the sleigh.
looks like we're going for the sleigh, which I like. I don't think you have to be that concerned yet.
Could be Catacombs Haven, or you could spend the coffers and get Catacombs Lab or something.
I think I'd probably save the coffers and go with Catacombs Haven. I'd like to have those coffers banked for some pile out potential. Although you only have, you know, yeah, but Kiln. kilning ducats can give you more ducats.
Yeah, I
Like,
think if in terms of sneaky pile outs, you'd want to look for the ducat pile with like laboratory, because you can mid-turn gain ducats, which lowers that pile and gives you more plus buy.
yeah. Um, so Kaplan goes with a lab and a sleigh and
And
a
a Haven.
haven.
Okay.
Okay. So stacking actions for sure.
Yeah, I do like the potential of the sleigh reaction.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us slept on the card when Menagerie came out, but it's a pretty good card. Just maybe Menagerie has power level so high that, doesn't seem particularly good compared to the rest of Menagerie, but just as a card, it's pretty good.
A partial dud from SamE that might open up.
Sneaky pile out.
It might.
If he draws, he only has one kiln though.
Yeah, it would. It would. He's got one falconer and one kiln. It would take. It would take pretty close to a perfect draw, but yeah, he could gain two ducats from the kiln and the falconer, and then he'd have enough buys, and I think he has enough coins at that point. So if kaplane draws, he can definitely pile and get like an estate. So we'll see if there's any defensive greening here from SamE. Nope, falconer,
Falconer,
which makes sense.
sleigh.
So we'll see if it can be done. Oh man,
Plays the
really
lab
snap
before the
playing,
kiln. Plays the lab
really,
before the kiln again.
really snap playing that.
Kaplan, slow down. Now what are you kilning?
Well, he might have it in hand, right?
You can kill a falconer, react with sleigh to put the falconer in hand.
He might have it in hand. I'm trying to see if he has enough money.
Or kill the ducat and react with sleigh to put it in hand. Either way.
I think he has it right. But yeah, kiln on lab probably would have been better.
Yeah.
But he can.
There's a couple different lines I'm looking at.
So if he kilns the falconer,
React with sleigh, put the falconer in hand, use the
yep.
falconer to gain a ducat, use the next falconer to gain another ducat. Then he has 5 ducats, so that's five buys, and he would have 5, 9, 11 money, plus 2 coffers, and he needs to take 2 labs.
Mm, he's one. Then he's one coin short of grabbing the
Oh no, I
estate.
wasn't counting the kiln too. Kiln gives another 2.
Oh, then yeah. If he can just buy an estate, then he's got it.
Yeah, so I think this is in hand. But yes, if he killed the
Oh no.
oh
He might still have it, but I think he just had it in hand.
now it really depends how he draws. But it also doesn't look like he's going for a win because he just gained a falconer.
No, that's off the kiln.
Oh.
So I think you gain ducat and probably win here. I don't know what the last two cards are.
Me neither.
Your discard pile is great. You got a horse down there. You've got a falconer and a sleigh. Okay.
We're good.
Yeah, he more complicated than it needed to be, but he did it. Save that horse for next turn, of course.
Can set an estate aside for style here.
That's not stylish.
You think the horse is stylish?
Yeah, you get set up for the next turn.
Alright. But to me, the whole point of doing something stylish on your win turn is that it's like It doesn't actually help. I guess setting the estate aside is like, okay, it misses the shuffle. It's a very
He's
stupid distinction.
he
All
is he
right,
is
so let's
really
see.
counting here.
Let's see if Kaplan can can just get this win. I'm pretty sure it's in hand. It's perfectly fine to go
Yes.
into a long think here and count it out.
Oh wait, is he actually one coin short? Hold on. So he's got. Oh my gosh.
No, he's
He does. I think he was one coin short. Because he would have had 15 if he gained the ducat, and that's enough to empty, but it's not enough to buy an estate. Well, he definitely should have set aside the horse. So there's a question here. I think I'd just get Province Vineyard. I wouldn't mess around.
I agree.
Maybe we miscounted, and he also had 15 coins earlier in the turn. I think
I think the
that's
problem was when you
likely.
don't kill in the lab.
Yeah, killing the lab is great because it saves you 3 coins.
Yeah.
I don't know why Kaplane was so reluctant to do that. Especially once you have a sleigh in hand, you just put that lab into hand. It's so good.
Hmm. So it looks like we're going to be scoring for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Kaplane is very strongly favored here.
Sure. He can definitely get a pile out this turn. I mean, SamE can't score enough to do anything about that. Can't lower piles, obviously. So Kaplan's in a very
Correct.
good position.
The pile out just gets easier. So he's looking to see a border village in those.
Oh, gets a Falcon to react, makes the piles a little lower.
Okay, he's got the
But,
village, so that should be that.
okay, no, play the horses first. You want to find a kiln with a lab.
Oh my gosh.
Kaplan, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? It doesn't find a kiln anyway, so react with Slay to put horse in hand. Yeah, and there's your kiln.
Doesn't want to play kill. Oh, he can kill in the ducat. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's
It's
gonna
all
kill
good.
in the ducat and then he just piles.
It's all good.
Winning is winning. So we're tied at 1-1 now.
Yep, both players won their start.
Yep, SamE will start game 3. So as I predicted, we did score with vineyards, but we didn't only score with vineyards. We also bought some traditional green. So clearly I'm a top level player and
It
can read boards well.
it could have even ended
It could have
before.
ended with literally just an estate.
Yeah. All right. So on this board, we are
Got castles
missing
again.
missing draw, just patrician.
Yeah, but we have very good trashing. We've got gains in the forms of RDs.
I think you're definitely going to want to play for Emporium points here. Remake can only gain silver, which is,
A little depressing.
yeah, you wish you could gain it. Patricians.
Okay, Semi opening Patrician. Um,
Patrician.
oh, Kaplan is a 5-2, gets to open RD Patrician. That is pretty good
Okay, SamE goes
opening.
for remake. Yeah, remake is nice, just because you can trash 2 cards and still buy a patrician.
Yeah, remake, like right here. Kill a copper, kill an estate, buy a Patrician. Like, great.
Got the humble on his mind. Now he takes silver. You.
Arch is a little awkward here because Patrician's a split pile. Like, you'd love to have a ton of Patricians and Artificers and score a bunch off Arch.
Hmm,
But you,
I think it's pretty unlikely you want to get. I mean, maybe you get more than 3 artificers, but it's not really on my mind.
fair enough.
But already, already Emporium is revealed well before these players are gonna
Actually
activate
have
it.
5 action cards.
So this should be Artisan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks like Artisan to me, and Kaplan agrees.
And SamE should have. Well, yeah, never mind. He gets to trash.
Yeah. And then what do you buy? Pearl Diver. Okay, he decides not to trash and goes for an Artificer.
And he has the
There's
exact
something
same hand.
very, yeah, there's something very pleasing to me about Artificer and Artisan just sitting next to each other.
I think Artisan is going to gain some artificers.
Yeah. Do we
Silver,
do
huh?
something like Lost Arts at any point to try to like, you could Lost Arts Artificers, turn them into villages, make your Artisan a little better?
I would get a. I wouldn't think about that in advance. If it winds up that I have a second artisan, then I'd consider it. But eh, it doesn't appeal to me too much.
Yeah, with no actual draw, Lost Arts seems pretty underwhelming.
And getting a second artisan, it's okay. Like it'll help you get the Emporium stuff potentially, but there's nothing to do with the artisans except gain. Well, there is castles. So you can gain a few of them. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
unclear. This remake, maybe you don't play it and buy artisan.
I mean, this is going to be now the second time Sammy's not going to play a remake to hit a price point, which is not what you want to be doing with remake in general. But I mean, it might be the correct decision. It's just kind of sad to fall that far behind in trashing, but it's not like Kaplan's particularly thin either.
As kaplane, I would consider playing artificer first. Discard 2 for a pearl diver or something. Just try to really get to Emporium. But maybe you don't have the money then.
Looks like he's
I don't
going
know.
to
Oh,
get to
he's gonna get
Emporium
there anyway.
anyway. Oh, and he finds
Nice.
Priest on a perfect shuffle. That is terrific.
I'm a little confused about how 3 remakes are gained and none are trashed. Does SamE have 2 in deck?
He must.
I don't like that necessarily. Obviously, the plan there is to pair them up. Yeah, these silvers are really getting in the way.
Mm-hmm.
No artisan. SamE's just.
Skipping Artisan seems pretty strange to me.
I guess he's figuring he's got the 2 remakes. He's gonna have terminal trouble.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kaplane looking ahead.
So you can remake a remake.
Yeah, definitely want to do that.
Probably into an Artificer. Since you don't have enough to activate Emporium.
Yeah, just get those artificers. Maybe it matters for Triumphal Arc, but probably not. So this looks like a double Emporium turn for Kaplane, or he could take the time to trash. I think
I mean,
I might do
4
that.
VP is pretty nice.
Well, he's getting the two no matter what. So it's the marginal decision is trash two copper or top deck and Emporium.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's I didn't expect. What? Wait, why didn't he kept a copper? Oh, okay. He could have also kept the artisan and top deck the Emporium, but
Yeah.
whatever. And then he could have bought like a pearl diver, and maybe that matters.
I don't think it matters if Emporium's about to be out.
So what do you gain from the silver? Doesn't much matter. I think I get a priest, but it doesn't really matter. You hope to remake it probably.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you priest the remake.
It's not like the remake's been helping much.
All right. So in terms of Triumphal Arc, I think SamE has the three patricians. It looks
Mm-hmm.
like because he has 9 VP. Kaplane has three Emporiums and at least three artificers. Probably four.
And should have a fourth Emporium this turn.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So again, he could do an Artificer discard, but
Could
those it seems worse than Artisaning.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to choose.
Right. I mean, what he did last turn, where he didn't play the Artisan
Hmm.
to instead just Artificer, seems worse than
So what do you get
playing the
here?
Artisan.
You could get like you. I think you want to play either priest or remake here. Um, no, you can't play remake and also gain an Emporium.
Yeah.
So, but you could play the priest to trash a copper, buy an Emporium, and then this artificer here could gain Humble Castle. Mm, I don't think it pays off to like go in for Pearl Divers for more Emporium points, especially if you can get 12. Like you can get four if you have four artificers and four Emporiums, then you're not really getting anything by going for the Pearl Divers.
I agree. I don't think adding Pearl Divers to your deck is going to do anything anymore.
It might for SamE because SamE already has the one, and he's got like six artificers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So he could still get quite a lot of Triumphal Arc points, and the artificers are like gaining Pearl Divers easily.
Okay, so Kaplan does decide to gain a Pearl Diver.
Let's see what he buys. Gold. Okay.
Pearl Diver seems bad for the deck because less likely for Patrician to hit. Yeah, that's a thing. Here you probably priest the remake.
He's probably thinking about yeah getting another Pearl Diver here, which I think I would do as SamE. Kaplane only has the two patricians, so I don't
And it's
see
not
really
like
much advantage of getting Pearl Diver, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be a big problem either.
okay, so he likes to trash more and he buys Humble.
Crumble is awkward.
When did Kaplan gain a gold?
Last turn, he bought him.
Kaplan buying gold, what a world.
I think going for the Pearl Divers here as cup lane, he's just pushing piles, which
Mm-hmm.
that's fair.
Forgot to top deck that Emporium.
I don't know if I would do that. Let's see. Have you
Well,
played both your patricians this turn? You haven't, so you could actually leave it on bottom and yeah, that's what he did. Left it on
yeah.
bottom, so he'd be able to play artificer
Try to hit it
first,
with the. Yeah.
and then play patrician to hit it. But okay, goes for a province. Yep.
Seems sane.
I don't.
Game is getting close to ending.
Yeah, I don't have any desire to get crumbling castle here as either player,
Yeah.
which means I don't really like the humble castle gain.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. I mean, it's VP, I guess, but are you going to actually get crumbling and or just buy a fancy estate?
So a lot of extra money here for SamE. Gets a squire. Interesting.
Well, this is buys, so I'm guessing he's gonna grab castles here. No,
Yep.
province.
Yep. He is.
Okay, province and a castle. So Kaplan could potentially grab small and with an artificer, and then would he still have the money to buy? No, he couldn't grab small and buy. Actually, he could grab small with artisan and then buy haunted, which is going to be a good attack here as it was last game.
Right, and he could top deck priest if he preferred.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether small castle or priest top decked is better. I think I like that
Pro-
line. The alternative is you play priest, trash, and copper by province.
yeah,
Um,
gains a
there's
pearl diver.
there's another line.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. He got a free pearl diver off it. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Add some pile pressure, still get the attack in. And nothing SamE can top deck will get hit by Patrician here.
Yeah, that's a rough top deck. Womp womp.
What do you do here, Squires? Alright, sure, why not?
I can think of some reasons.
I mean, me too. But I honestly don't know. Do you just pass there?
Yeah.
Okay, this should be a pile out for Gav.
Is it? He's got only one buy, right? Yeah. He's just lowering,
Oh,
which
I
you can.
thought there was one less Pearl Diver, and there was.
I think you can safely take this pearl diver, but you don't have to. Also, you can gain two
Yeah,
on your turn pretty trivially.
yeah, for sure. That was a case of the new action bar being in that location where it blocks you from seeing how many things are left in the pile. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's 3 Pearl Divers left to start his turn, but there are 4. Anyway, I have it minimized now, so I can actually see. But it's not annoying when player 1 is doing it because it's in the right place.
So kaplane gets that pearl diver, which
Do I have the ping pong setting on?
ends up being safe.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, so SamE could grab. Ooh, SamE could get two duchies and a. Okay, never mind. He could have remade the priest and the crumbling castle into duchies and bought a province. I think he still loses no matter what, but
Yeah.
that was the highest VP play. All right, so that's a win for kaplane, and that was on SamE's start.
Yep. So Kaplan up 2-1 now.
Ooh,
So we have a horn board.
this seems extremely difficult to mega turn because the draw is like draw to X.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm curious to see how this gets played.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Canal, of course, does lower the number of uniques you need. Um,
I just don't know how you get more than like 5 horns at the end of your turn, and that's like with really nice draws. Maybe you
yeah,
can make it work. I
I'm not sure either. Like, not going for horn might be the right thing. There's virtual money and draw to X on the board. Like,
but potentially you build the horn thing so that you can grab like 4 provinces,
truffles.
and that's still
So
really good.
yeah, match score is 2-1 Kaplan.
So SamE with. Wait a second. SamE just opened cellar changeling? No. Oh, sorry. Curse Village Cellar. Got it.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Versus Silver Remodel. Kaplane gets a Cursed Village and gets a Curse, which is going to be worse at this point than the Miserable that SamE got.
Ooh, Locust.
Trashing Conclave, not the end of the world.
Yeah, not the end of the world, but man, do I hate Locust.
So the only way to trash is with the remodel, which is great for estates but bad for coppers.
Curses
Well,
and coppers.
there's also Basilica, so I would end up messing up with autoplay. We'll see if there are any such mistakes. I remember playing. Yeah, I like Remodel Cursed Village as kind of like the core of the deck in these parts, and then you just need to kind of see how things go about whether or not you incorporate horns in after that point. Like you've got Conclave, you've got Sacred Grove, you've got lots of stuff that disappears and gives you money. Well, you
Hmm.
have those too.
There's definitely plenty of support here for a draw to X board. First Village a better open than Grove. Um, Depends on the hex you get and what the boons you get are probably.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, you've got Curse Village, Diplomat, and Watchtower. I mean, Curse Village is generally the best of the bunch, but I could definitely see playing with 1 or 2 Watchtowers and 1 or 2 Diplomats as well. Like, the good thing about Watchtower is you can top deck stuff mid turn, like when you're gaining with Remodel.
Hmm.
And Diplomat is just really efficient if you can get it to work.
Okay. So SamE needs to go back so that he could remodel a remodel. Cool. So they're both slamming cursed villages, which makes sense. There's a lot of good support for cursed village here.
So SamE still has 2 estates left, and Kaplane has 1.
Okay, Cap grabs his first grove.
Um, and top decks it? Yeah. SamE gets a duplicate.
Duplicate seems good here. There's a lot of cards that are good targets for dupe.
Yep. The draw to X thing makes duplicate, especially with Curse Village, makes it
Mm-hmm.
quite a lot stronger than it usually is. Cuplane, interesting. Cuplane played Curse Village before he played the Cellar that turn. Interesting choice.
Um, yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's a little weird. He did start off with the cellar in hand.
Set plus buy coming in handy. Basilica points will finally be gained here.
Someone will claim them.
Or not.
I was actually about to say, unless he buys Canal.
Oh, that's funny. I think they're gonna matter. Like, because I don't believe in the like 7 or 8 province megaturn, but I think having some Basilica points lead while the provinces start to get lowered is going to be a bit of an advantage. No, I mean, not something you have to care too much about, but
Okay, SamE's turn coming up a bit shorter than. Does he have another cursed village down there? I don't think so.
But he gets to remodel both of his estates, which is really nice.
The classic playing Conclave, like,
Oh,
oh, it's a
whoops.
village, right? And then you realize, oh, I already have a copy of that in play.
Oh, it doesn't trash the estate. Goes for another cursed village and another cursed village. Okay, trying to win that split. I don't think it's too important, but definitely a card you want to have a lot of in your deck. Ooh, bad draw for SamE, but part of that
Well,
was
he just got bad
self-inflicted.
omens.
Uh,
Changeling, okay.
did he have exactly 3 kaplane? No, he had 4.
No, he had
Hmm.
4, but he was also
Oh, he was diluted. Gotcha.
diluted.
And he got the Basilica points. SamE
So
buys
now
a
he can
silver.
remodel coppers into stuff.
I think I would have liked a Watchtower for SamE instead of the silver. He's like SamE is probably thinking about uniques for Horn, but I don't think you need the silver.
Yeah, feels like a liability. I'm also still not sure they are going to go for Horn.
Yeah, time will tell. So that was a pretty unfortunate draw for Kaplane. I don't think he's got any cursed villages down there, but he might have a cellar. Huh.
Apparently, he has another cursed village.
Okay, so he's got
So
6 of those.
let's see. Let me see. Um,
I'd get. Yeah, the remodels now get a lot weaker. You can remodel a cellar into something good, or you can remodel a copper into a cellar. Yeah.
yep, Kaplan has 6 cursed villages. Just check the log. So he won that split.
There's so many cellars.
But isn't Cellar Cursed Village a good combo?
Okay, he
Can't
ends up
have negative.
getting rid of that. Getting rid of that silver anyway. He's got 5, so we'll see what he gets here.
So
3 Sacred
Groves,
Groves. Can he
I
support
mean,
that action wise?
he only has 4 cursed villages. Does have
Maybe. Yeah,
conclaves.
maybe if the conclaves hit.
Oh, that's not a great boon. But he can react with Watchtower to trash it.
Yeah. Does he already have a silver? Or I don't know what the situation is. There.
Canal means no changeling, correct?
Oh, interesting.
Seller
That's
for Basilica points and then trashing it, I'm guessing. Okay, or top decking it.
getting those Basilica points. I think they might matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You
This
can
is potentially
conclave
nice.
remodel. Well, that sure is a good wins gift for Coplane.
Yup.
Although, hmm, he
Although he
still
still
doesn't have a
could
cursed
dud here.
village. Yeah.
Yeah. Sky's Gift. Not gonna take that.
Yeah, he doesn't have the cursed village in hand, so he can't afford to. Here, you'd really like to have more actions. Because if you could play duplicate, and then you could play remodel, and then draw up, ooh, that'd be juicy.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, he's got a terminal, at least one terminal he can't play. Although he's got the conclave, so if he can find it, then he can play duplicate with the conclave.
He's got some sellers to look for the conclave.
Oh, he sure does. Oh, he doesn't have. Okay, he has only got one in the deck. He's probably going to want to remedy that. He needs the plus actions. Diplomat is another option though. He should really grab those Basilica points now. Don't want to.
Yep.
Don't want to be even more in deficit.
Giving your opponent 2 free provinces is not a great decision. They're better than provinces. Just like letting your opponent get all 12 VP.
Can he buy Canal this turn and still make that work? Don't quite see it, because he wants 2 costs at least. Maybe you can go. Yeah, you could do something like Canal, Cellar, Conclave, Diplomat, get the Basilica points, and put 2 good cards and a bleh card in your deck.
Mm-hmm. Another Grove. I'm not sure you can support that. Okay,
You for
more Groves.
sure cannot support that. This has to be Conclave or Diplomat.
Yeah. Desperately need some plus actions.
I prefer Diplomat here.
Buys in the
Why in a
state?
state? I would take a copper if I was really that desperate for Basilica points, because you need plus actions badly.
And then ends their turn.
Hmm.
Okay, that seems very bad.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of what transpired there. I would have liked Canal, Diplomat, Cellar, Conclave, I think.
Sounds reasonable to me. And Kaplan gets to spin now.
Yeah, not a very pleasant spin. You really don't like to see this. Oh,
Oof.
you hate to see this.
Remodel a copper into a
This is the
cellar or
last Cursed
watchtower.
Village. Ugh, that's a that's a bad that's a bad 6 cards.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's 2 turns that this has happened to for Kaplane. I do think he's a little light. Like, he should be playing with 2 remodels, and I think he only has 1.
Yeah, and this turn coming up for Kaplan is really bad.
Maybe he's got 2? I don't know. Yeah, maybe he's got 2. It just, he didn't see him in the right time. Rough.
Hey, nice. Although you really wish you had a cursed village, but that's great.
Friendly boon as usual.
Okay. He doesn't have another cursed village in that last card though, so I don't think anything saves him his turn here, unless he gets like
We've already seen Wind's Gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Field's Gift only applies to that player.
Bottom card seller according to Eureka Mome.
I don't know what you do with these terminals of SamE. You should get a village. I would prefer Diplomat, but Conclave is something.
Yeah.
Ooh, hey, the Field's Gift.
Nice. That is definitely the boon you want to see there.
So piles are pretty low. Is there a... Well, there's a pile out. It sure isn't a win for SamE, but
It's a loss, but he can empty piles.
he can actually empty piles and buy a province.
Yep.
But again, not enough.
No.
he probably didn't track kaplane's deck enough to know he's got a dud. I,
Yeah.
I think I would have liked just one province there as SamE, if I was aware that kaplane was going to have a dud.
To be fair, this seller does mean he potentially doesn't have a dud.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Like, hey,
Okay.
here we go. We have a turn.
Um, it's not impossible for this to be a win, but it's going to be pretty tough because I don't think Kaplane does have one duplicate, so that helps with the Sacred Grove. This helps with the Cellar. He's going for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is definitely.
Oh, that's
Oh wait,
not what you want to see.
why would you play Sacred Grove instead of remodel there?
Remodeling it,
That
yeah.
lowers your hand a lot more. I think that was hopefully not a game losing mistake, but a pretty big one. I think you keep the remodel in hand here.
Yeah, I'm not tossing my remodel when ideally I'm trying to use it to win the game.
I just feel so much better if I play that remodel instead of the Sacred Grove here. Oof. Yeah. Okay, okay.
Alright, can remodel this watchtower into a grove.
Um, I think I still go copper to. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, 2 groves because duplicate. He doesn't call dupe on that.
He can do it
Okay,
later.
interesting.
He knows he has to gain another Sacred Grove. It's fine.
That's fair.
I don't think that Conclave finds anything. Wait, what? Anyways, looks good.
Yep, this should be a win. So yeah, that boon from Sammy's Sacred Grove saved Kaplan from a dud and gave him the game.
Did indeed. To take a 3-1 lead.
Yep, Kaplan playing very well. As he has mostly been this tournament.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident he's made it this far.
Yeah.
Kaplane is.
I mean, Sammy and Kaplan, whichever way you want to say it, have both done terrifically this tournament. If you look at the list of players they've taken out, I mean, a number of absolutely top level players.
Yep, stacked, very stacked tournament. Yeah, for those who don't know, the big money tournament was for the top 16 people who enrolled at the top of the ladder, and I think that the threshold ended up being higher than level 63.
Yeah, it was like 63.5 ish.
And Kaplane was the 10th seed, and SamE was the 8th seed in the tournament. And yeah, they beat a lot of top players to get to where they are. So this board, we are also short on plus actions. Pretty sad. Hagler looks okay.
Yeah. Amulet looks very good. I mean, there's also Way of the Goat for trashing, but Amulet looks as good as it usually does.
Yeah, definitely.
My
It's
source
just
is how my patron is a village.
I think probably Amulet
It's sort of a
Patron.
village.
Amulet Patron is what I'd look to open because I'd want to get a Haggler in there pretty early, and then be gaining maybe one more patron, and then like conspirators, and then gaining caravan guards off the Haggler. But we'll see what these players do. SamE does open Amulet Patron. Kaplane giving it a good think.
feel like it's just money.
Just
Kaplan goes
money.
double amulet.
Okay. Yeah, because how do you get the plus buy? You would need Sacred Grove, and then you're over terminaled.
Yeah,
There's a
I could see playing something that's essentially hunting grounds money here.
no way, no way do I play with a terminal draw on this board. I think Haggler is the terminal
Okay.
that I want. Ooh, what's going
What
on
did
here?
Kaplan do wrong? He wants a caravan guard. Okay. What did he mistakenly buy?
I think he bought
Silver?
nothing. I don't know.
Oh, a third amulet. Yeah, okay. Third amulet doesn't sound correct. Sounds like just a misclick.
See if SamE gets a Haggler here. He did not. He does not have a second amulet. He bought a silver on turn 3. Goes for the trove. Okay. I wonder if he's planning on adding another terminal to his deck because he's just got the one. He can definitely support another. SamE just gets a second trove, so maybe he is planning to get a hunting grounds.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a villager or two banked, I don't think having one hunting ground's a bad idea for your deck.
That's true. That's true. Gaining a silver with amulet, but he doesn't. Huh? He gets a third treasure trove. I would have strongly
Okay.
considered getting the hunting grounds there.
Yeah, I'm I mean, he can trash a copper and pick up hunting grounds here. Right? Doesn't he have an amulet on the mat? Yeah.
3 treasure troves is a lot of treasure troves. So
It is, especially when you consider that with Alliance you're going to be gaining golds. He goes for
uh,
province.
yeah. I mean, I would want another terminal because why not? Like, I just think you're underplaying it by not getting a terminal here.
I also definitely want to try to hit Alliance, which
I
I don't see.
I think you do if you have the opportunity. Meanwhile, kaplane is getting thin. We'll see if he can turn his deck around.
Kaplan, of course, hates playing money, so we will see if a very treasure trove heavy strategy ends up just winning here.
Well, kaplane's got 2 treasure troves, so nobody's doing the Haggler conspirator thing, which I would have liked to see. Like, especially with all the investment in caravan guards for kaplane, I feel like conspirators would have worked pretty nicely in his deck.
hmm
What is your end goal with Haggler Conspirator? I mean, you buy some alliances and you buy some provinces.
What are the caravan guards for? That's sort of what we're talking about. And yes, I agree, Wandering Winder, that I think with Alliance, it gets very hard to make the Conspirator Haggler deck work.
So kaplane fought for as long as he did to keep his deck clean, but it's over.
Yeah. Um,
SamE buys Duchy. I agree with that with all those
okay,
troves.
Kaplan hits Alliance.
So tie score right now.
Yep. Kaplan probably in a slightly better position.
Yeah, really bad
Still thinner.
draw for SamE right now.
Lucky number.
Oh, I didn't
Should be
even see
another
SamE
Alliance.
pick up a Haggler. Okay. But now it collides with the amulet. But he can buy province, gain gold or something. Or potentially buy province, gain Sacred Grove. He's got the villager to spare, so that's all good.
He's using a villager on an amulet.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You get the duration from it. Like, what are you going to use that villager for? Those are literally the only two terminals in the deck.
Oh god, those are the only two terminals in the deck.
Goes for artisan. Yeah, okay.
You could see gaining a duchy being pretty important here.
You can also potentially top deck a Sacred Grove for a Duchy Dance situation. Well, never mind. The
Hmm.
duchies are gone.
Well, this
Man,
was a fast money game.
you'd love to get Alliance here, but you're one coin short.
New lucky number 9.
I think you have to buy a province here. There's just nothing to it.
And another 7.
Well, this time for kaplane, yeah. Who's gonna hit 8 first is now the question. Yeah, I scoffed at first, but I actually think Hunting Grounds would have been the best card for SamE in particular. I think that would have helped him out quite a bit.
Underground's a good card, man. Like, draws,
Another
it's an expensive count.
7, and this is a win for SamE. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Came down to the draws.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the nature of money games between competent opponents, is sometimes it just comes down to who draws better.
They did play the beginning quite differently,
Yeah.
with kaplane getting real thin before going thick again with the treasure troves. But 2-3 now. Kaplane is first player and in position to take the match win. So SamE fighting for his tournament life.
And Kaplan, has he lost on his start yet?
Game 1, was it?
Eh,
Yeah, he lost game 1 on his start.
okay. Yeah, we have Salta Fiatum here.
A nice opening.
Always nice. Get a VP, get some silvers in your deck.
So, we've got Snowy Village as only plus actions. Well, and also Tactician potentially, but I don't think that's gonna be relevant.
I don't see its support for a tactician build here.
Alright, so both players do end up assaulting Feodum and opening with a merchant. Seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm. With 2 silvers, that merchant's very likely to hit. Don't think you like the sentry. I like the sentry.
I can see going straight for Margrave. Unclear if Sentry pays off. Whoa, Coupling bought
Well,
Province on turn 5. I
what?
super
I just missed
disagree.
that.
Super disagree with that. Like,
Wow.
you want Margrave, first of all, but second of all, you could have bought Enclave
Yeah.
on turn 5.
Wow, that is very uncharacteristic. I guess with Salt, he figures the game's gonna be really fast.
Yeah, but Margrave
I know.
really hurts.
Not disagreeing with you. He's going in on Salt. Looks like he's going to try to force this game to a fast conclusion.
Oh yeah, he's telegraphed his his approach at this point. So SamE's role now is to be able to attack with Margrave and buy like at least 3 provinces. It's gonna be tough at this point.
SamE Salt's a duchy. Okay.
Draws are not really working out for SamE. Ooh, okay. Cowplane does have a Margrave. Then he's looking real strong right now.
Would you rather Salt Estate or Feodum? Yeah, probably.
I don't think estate first duchy matters at all. Feodum, I don't think so. You wanna find that Margrave. You only have the one.
Unless SamE finds Margrave here, Kaplan's gonna get another province. Okay. Margrave misses.
He doesn't get to afford a province this turn. It's looking pretty grim.
Yeah, Kaplan looks like he's in position to win here with a fast salt rush.
Yeah, I think he's won.
I mean, he has salt in hand.
And he just saw the Margrave from SamE, so there's really nothing to fear.
Sad haunted mirror trash.
Well,
Not there's any time for ghost, but
not the kind of game I expected to see.
wow,
Bit of
that
an
was nuts.
anticlimax, but well played from kaplane. Manages to take it 4-2.
12-turn game. I think that was like a 5-minute game at tops.
Yeah, he's gonna head into man turn 5 province. I don't believe that.
I mean,
Worked out.
it worked.
Yeah. But yeah, kaplane is going to advance into the winners semifinal against Dan Brooks. And yeah, until then, thanks for joining me in commentary, KHC.
Yeah, this was fun. I will see you around.
Later, folks.